Hello and welcome. I wanted to make a very quick video today to show you my new ride. Since I was 16 years old, my daily vehicle has actually been a motorbike. I've had a heap of motorbikes over the years. My last one being a Triumph Street Triple, and awesome little bike, love it, very much recommended. But I actually sold that a few months ago, and ever since then I've been looking around for a new daily vehicle. And I wanted something of an all-rounder. So I've got the Husqvarna there, 300cc 2-stroke goodness, awesome bike, but it's rubbish on the road. It's not registered anyway, and I can't exactly pick the kids up in it. Now I do have the RX-7 as well, that's been around for a little while. Great fun little car, it really is. I've had it at the track day before. I've done motorcanas in it. I'd like to do hill climbs in it. Awesome little car, but in terms of practical sense, the back seats are you can't get adults in the back seat. There's no tie down points for children's seat, and the boot, I mean, you might get 2 bags of groceries in there, not particularly practical. Plus the suspension's that hard and it's quite loud in there. Where that thing shines is just taking it out for a spirited drive on the weekend. And on top of that, next year, that car is 40 years old. So it's starting to get difficult to find parts for them, and I just feel bad in general, flogging the guts out of the poor old girl every day. I kind of want to keep it in nice running condition. So what to get? I had to find a car that I could take to work every day. I could pick the kids up in. I've got 2 4.5-year-old twins. Do the shopping, go down to the hardware store, but on the weekend I also wanted to be able to go onto a track day at a racetrack or a hill climb or a motorcana, something like that. So there's not a lot of cars that sort of tick that all-rounder box. Now, to get it straight out of the way, I'm not a big fan of front-wheel drive cars. Now, if you do, that's totally cool. There's some awesome front-wheel drive cars out there. They're just not for me. I've owned a couple. I've had a Ford Focus before, and I've had a Mazda SP20 back in the day. Good cars in their own respect. They were both non-turbo, so a little underpowered, but you know, once you start pushing them, I guess I just don't love front-wheel drive cars. So if you do, that's cool, but I don't. But it doesn't leave me with a lot of options. Now, you might say, well, you're Australian, so a Commodore, a Falcon, get something like a V8 SS. I'm just not a huge fan of those big cars. Now, they would do the job. I could get a V8 Commodore and, you know, do the daily pickup runs as well as track days. But I'm just not a huge fan of those big, bulky, heavy cars. I prefer the Japanese type of stuff, hence the RX-7. So I wanted to kind of stick to that Japanese world, non-front wheel drive, but ticks all those boxes. So what could I buy? There wasn't a lot of options. This is what I came up with. A 2006 Subaru WRX Hawkeye. It's the second generation of WRX, the second facelift of the generation, and my personal favourite. It's the first to come with a 2.5 litre EJ25 and comes standard with 172 kilowatt and 320 newton meters of torque. Right, let's do it. Go this way for a little bit and then turn around. What I was looking for was more of an all-rounder, something that I could take to work and back every day, something that I could pick the kids up or take them for a quick run to the in-laws if I need to. Something that could be a practical enough daily car that I could put the groceries in, I could put the kids in the back and just drive around and not have to worry too much. But I also wanted to be able to get to the weekend and enter a hill climb or do a track day or a motorcana or something like that. So I needed a car that could do everything, and I couldn't think of any better than the WRX. Now this one does have STI suspension, which does mean that it's quite a bit stiffer. I wouldn't say it's unreasonable. It's certainly on the stiff side for a road car, but it's still kind of plush enough that even on a road like this, which is particularly bumpy, it is in fact a comfortable enough ride. I don't really feel like I'm getting thrown around everywhere like I am on the RX-7, for example. And it's not just the STI suspension that it's got, it's also got an STI front bar, rear wang, which you probably saw. It's pretty massive, but I actually think they suit the WRX. I don't normally go for large wangs like that, but let's do a bit of a pull here. I can't do much. I'm on a public road, so I don't want to break any laws, but that's the speed limit, and it certainly gets there nice and quickly. Now, I can't really have too much of a play in this car because we are on public roads. I would love to show you exactly what this car is capable of, but I also don't want to break the law. So there's a bit of a twisty road here, so I should be able to have a few fun corners without actually doing anything illegal. But I did replace the wheels and tyres that came on this. Stuck with the standard 17-inch tyres, wheels, and I put some nice grippy Michelin Pilot Sport 4s on them, and they really do feel really very good. They seem to hang on like it's no one's business, coupled with the tight STI suspension, and I can really throw this thing into corners. Without going over the speed limit. There's a big pothole. That stiff suspension, which is still quite reasonable, does enough to stiffen the roll of the car when you really hook into a turn like this. That wasn't actually too bad, but it doesn't bounce you around everywhere and lose grip because the road's a little bit bumpy. So I do look forward to showing you guys exactly how this thing goes. I've got some intentions of doing some hill climbs as they come up. Obviously we're stuck in the COVID situation at the moment, so motorsport's only really just starting to get going, and there's a lot of rules and restrictions around it. But the plan is to do some of these hill climbs and maybe a motorcana or two. Have a bit of fun with this car while I can, and really test it out. And of course, I'd love to take some footage of that, make another video for you guys so you can see what I can do. As I say, I can only really have a very small play on a public road. I don't want to go over any speed limits. I don't want to drive in a dangerous manner on the road, because that's irresponsible, and I don't encourage anybody to do that. And why would we need to? There's actual organised motorsport events that you can get into for a relatively cheap price. Oh, I did not agree to a gravel road. I've just washed this car. God damn, you hate to see it. Just wash this car. Come on, man. Now, I don't really know yet until I get home and check the footage if you can hear the car much at all, but I'll try and give you again, without going over any speed limits or being irresponsible, I'll try and give you again a little bit of the idea of the note of the car. It does have an aftermarket exhaust system on it. Unfortunately, it is a Cannon, one of those old school big cannons that you put your foot into. Not really my cup of tea, not my favourite style, but it is an actual full exhaust system. A lot of these things just seem to be straight piped. This is an actual exhaust, and it sounds okay. It doesn't sound too loud, it's not too obnoxious, so I don't mind it. But I'll see if I can give you a little bit of an idea of how it sounds. Hopefully the microphone can pick it up okay, and I can turn the volume up in editing and show you what it sounds like. shopping trolleys as you'd often expect for a car of this age. I think there might be a slight exhaust leak somewhere around the wastegate. It just makes a bit of a weird. Maybe the actuator slightly loose. I have to look into that a little bit more. It seems to run okay, but makes a small noise. As I say, the Canon exhaust system is not really my cup of tea, but I might leave it on there for now. I don't really feel that motivated to spend a couple of $100 on a different muffler in the exhaust shop and to reconfigure it just so that it doesn't look quite as fast and furious, I guess. There's also a bit of a bounce, and I'm not sure, again, I think the microphone will probably pick that up. The boot latch is a little bit loose. It seems to just bounce a bit as we go over bumps, etc. And you can hear it squeaking in the back. That's what that noise is. The boot's just slightly, the catch is catching, but it just seems a little bit loose. So something else I have to look into. Again, it's not a perfect car, but it seems to be good enough. Of course, it's got the standard radio in this still, and it does have a CD player. Not that I think I have any CDs to put in it, and an old cassette. Definitely don't have a cassette. I'm very surprised a 2006 model Subaru came with a cassette player. That did take me by surprise. I do have, it's already booked in to get a big double touch screen to go in with the Bluetooth and to really modernise the system. I want to thank you all very much for watching this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and if you are interested in seeing more videos of the WRX, or in fact just more videos of real life stuff in general, please let me know down in the comments. Remember to leave a like, and if you're new, of course hit subscribe and the bell icon. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.